Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a really fascinating and, let's be honest, kind of a controversial idea for gaining influence. Law 30 from Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power.
Okay, so let's jump right in with a question that really gets to the core of this law. Why is it that we're so captivated by what looks like effortless mastery? Think about it. The athlete who makes some impossible move look totally routine, or the musician who just seems to channel a complex piece of music. There's a kind of magic in that, isn't there? And it turns out that magic is a source of power.
This fascination we have with natural talent is no accident. It actually taps into something really deep in our psychology. When something looks easy, it suggests a huge reserve of untapped power. And according to Robert Greene, you can strategically create this illusion to build your own aura of influence.
And that brings us right to the source material for what we're breaking down today. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Now, this is one of the more subtle laws in the whole book, but believe me, its effects can be incredibly profound.
So what is Greene really saying here? This isn't about being lazy or just taking the easy way out. Nope, it's all about managing perception. Let's break down the official judgment of the law to see exactly what he's getting at.
The key word here, the one you absolutely have to remember, is concealed. The appearance of grace and ease, that's not the reality. It's a performance. It's this carefully constructed facade that hides all the immense effort, the late nights, and the clever tricks that went into making it happen.
And Greene is super clear about the rules for this little performance. Your sweat, your shortcuts, your secrets, they all have to stay invisible. But why? Well, it's simple. When people can't see how you do what you do, they can't copy you, they can't find your weaknesses, and they're just left to marvel at your incredible talent.
Okay, but why is this so darn effective? Why is hiding your effort so much more powerful than showing it off? Well, it all comes down to controlling perception and creating this intimidating mystique around yourself. According to Greene, when people see you struggling, they don't always think, wow, what dedication. Instead, they might see your limits. They might start to wonder if you've hit your peak, or if maybe someone who worked a little smarter could have done it even better. It makes you seem, well, ordinary, human, and totally beatable.
See, by making your achievements look easy, you're suggesting that you have this endless reserve of talent and energy. If you could do that without breaking a sweat, what else are you capable of? Suddenly, your power seems boundless, almost godlike, precisely because nobody can see where it ends.
And really, that's the heart of it. Mystery is a form of power. When people can't figure you out, they get a little intimidated. They can't predict your next move, and this creates an aura of authority that's just very difficult to challenge.
The book uses this absolutely brilliant metaphor to illustrate the point. I want you to picture this. You're standing right next to a racetrack. A magnificent racehorse thunders past, and you see everything: the bulging muscles, the heaving lungs, the strain in its eyes. You see the raw, brutal effort.
Okay, now I want you to imagine you're sitting way up in the grandstand, far away. From that distance, all that struggle just vanishes. All you see is pure grace, incredible speed, and effortless power. That's the image you want to project.
But, and this is a really crucial point, there's a nuance to this law that Greene talks about in what he calls the reversal. This is not about being some secretive, paranoid person. It's about mastering a very specific kind of graceful concealment. The Renaissance courtier Baldassare Castiglione had the perfect word for this: sprezzatura. It basically means a kind of studied carelessness. It's the art of hiding your art, which tricks onlookers into believing your skill is just way greater than it actually is.
And this comparison just shows the law in action perfectly. On one side, you've got the great magician Harry Houdini. For him, hiding his tricks was part of the fun, a joyful performance. His audience loved it. And on the other side, you've got the painter Pontormo, who is so obsessed with hiding his techniques that he literally became a paranoid recluse.
So the crucial takeaway here is that the concealment itself has to look effortless. You should be projecting an air of nonchalance, not anxiety. The power comes from seeming naturally gifted, not from seeming like some paranoid workaholic who's desperately hiding something.
All right, so how does this all come together? What's the final takeaway from Law 30, and how could you even begin to apply it?
Ultimately, this law is about understanding that your sweat and your struggle, they're just pieces of information. They are data points that you can either reveal or you can conceal for a strategic effect. The choice of when to show your work and when to hide it is a seriously powerful tool in shaping how other people see you and what you're capable of.
So, to sum it all up, appearing like a natural genius is way more powerful than seeming like a hard worker. Hiding your methods protects you and creates that valuable mystery, and you should aim for that graceful sprezzatura, not a stressed-out secrecy. In the end, true power isn't just in what you achieve, but in the story you tell, or more importantly, choose not to tell, about how you got there.
And that leaves us with one last thought for you to chew on. Applying this law in your own life, well, it means walking a very, very fine line. It challenges all of us to think really critically about how we present our own efforts to the world and to ask ourselves, when is hiding our hard work a smart strategy, and when does it maybe cross over into something else entirely?